I'd never ever considered myself an alcoholic, but I had to face up to the fact that for someone who's drinking every day, yes, I am an alcoholic. Hi, my name's John, I'm 64. Well, I'm married, 2 children, but both grown-up boys who've left home now. I live with my wife on the Wirral. I retired about 4 years ago. My wife is also retired. I spend a lot of time every day. I've got a little dog, little Staffy, taking out for a walk every day, and like she's a member of the family. Well, as a sort of a typical boring white male in the UK, having a beer was quite the norm. You know, we used to play a lot of football in my younger days, and after the game we all used to go for a beer. After training we all used to go for a beer. And it was the norm. I've followed one of the local football teams for 50 odd years, and before the game with my sons we used to go for a beer, and it just seemed to be the norm. And that's, since I was sort of late teens, early 20s. I have to say, beer was one of the loves of my life. Never really tried anything different to that. I never got interested in spirits or even wine at that stage. But I just loved having a beer, and it was a way of bonding with my 2 sons as we grew up and followed the football and one thing and another. Anyway, it got to the stage where I was sort of having a beer, every day, and I know it was affecting my health. And I retired, as I say, 4 years ago, and had a bit more time on my hands, and because I'd always been used to, having a drink, now I had more time on my hands, and it just seemed natural to carry on, and even started, drinking at home by myself, which is not a good sign, obviously, and it was upsetting my wife, quite rightly. Anyway, I tried to, cut down, but found it very difficult. And it came to a head not so long ago when I started drinking wine, and I got to the stage where I was drinking like a whole bottle of wine a day, and hiding it from my wife. And then it just came to the crunch where I, at one stage, must have drunk more than 1 bottle of wine, and had difficulty in coordinating and speech. And my wife gave me an ultimatum: either I do something to stop the drinking. I'd never ever considered myself an alcoholic, but I had to face up to the fact that for someone who's drinking every day, yes, I am an alcoholic. And that was a real rude awakening. And my wife, got to the stage where she gave me an ultimatum: either I stop drinking or I'd have to go. So at that point then it really hit home, and despite me always throughout my life thinking, oh, it's not a problem, if I want to stop I can do it any time, it dawned on me that perhaps it's not quite that easy. I have tried to stop in the past, but never managed to do it consistently. So I sought help, and Wirral Ways, I came and originally phoned them, came and had a meeting here, met some very, very nice, understanding people who gave me their own experiences of the sort of thing they've gone through, and I sort of tapped into a lot of the help that was offered by Wirral Ways, one-to-one support from staff members. I've been to a regular attender at the acupuncture. I found that very, very good. A great, fantastic way to relax, for an hour when they put the needles in, and the nice music. It's just so easy just to drift off, relax. You don't have to think of any problems or whatever. And that, I really enjoyed that. I've had a couple of sessions with a counsellor, which again I found very useful, very practical. Yeah, I mean, the support, everyone I've met at Wirral Ways was very helpful, very knowledgeable, and very, very supportive. And it has now, I've first contacted Wirral Ways about 4 or 5 months ago, and touch wood, I'm on the straight and narrow.